Let's talk about your retirement plan, because the CARES Act recently passed made some big changes to how you can treat your 401k, your IRA, and other retirement plans. Bring in Joel Schiffman. He is head of intermediary distribution at Schroders, retirement plan expert, and all-around good guy. Thank you very much for joining us, Joel. Listen, there's a lot of people, 22 million, filing for jobless benefits. Some of them may be sitting on retirement plans. It may be tempting to go after that money. What should they be doing right now?
Well, thanks, Brian. Great to be with you this afternoon. And that's a great question. So, you know, you've got people who right now are thinking about how do they put food on the table. You mentioned the 22 million who are unemployed. And so you think about, what do I have in my retirement plan and what can I do about it and what's been permitted by the CARES Act. So I'm going to break it into three categories, broad categories, that is: loans, hardship withdrawals, and required minimum distributions. So as it pertains to loans, if a retirement plan permits, the Act has now doubled the participant loan limits, meaning that participants can now borrow 100% of their vested account balances up to $100,000. And importantly, for those who already have loans outstanding, they can now delay the repayment for up to 1 year. So that's the loans. For hardship withdrawals, ordinarily, if you're going to take a hardship withdrawal, there would be a 10% penalty for early withdrawal for those 59 and a half or younger. With the Act, the government is waiving that penalty for certain circumstances, and this is applicable to both qualified retirement plans and IRAs. Now, there are one of two conditions.
And as I understand it, Joel, you've got 3 years. You got 3 years to pay back the taxes, because you don't have a 10% penalty. You will owe state and federal taxes on any gains, but you've got 3 years to pay those back. Very true. And or is that you can pay it back, or you can just and you've got 3 years to pay the tax if you want to keep it, or you just pay it back for over 3 years. Now, you have to meet one of two conditions, and that is either you, your spouse, or dependent must have been diagnosed with COVID-19, or you must have experienced some type of adverse consequence from the COVID economic downturn, such as a job loss, furlough, lost revenue from small business, and the like. The last thing I just want to mention is the required minimum distribution. Now, for those who are over 70 and a half, the government normally requires a minimum annual distribution from retirement accounts each year. Now, for 2020, the government will waive the required minimum distribution so you can retain assets. And more importantly, or equally as important, they'll waive the 50% tax penalty for not taking the required distribution on time, and now for both IRAs and defined contribution plans. Joel, this is the kind of real-world advice that we need right now. A lot of people are looking at their retirement plans and wondering, what could I do? What should I do? Joel Schiffman of Schroders will get you back on soon. Best to you and yours, Joel. Thank you very much.